Pre-E3 special! Welcome everyone to the G1 Features Podcast, episode 22. I am your host, Madhero, and with me is, as always, Gear. How are you doing, good sir?
Okay, apparently that's what we're doing for the intro.
Yeah, just, it's kind of the main topic of the show because, god damn, there's a lot out there right now.
And
Like,
E3 hasn't even started yet.
yeah, the game industry is just jizzing news everywhere. It's just suddenly like, here's an announcement, and here's an announcement, and here's an announcement, and
You
just
get an announcement, and you get an announcement, and you get an announcement.
pretty much it's crazy. I don't remember like E3 2015 being like this. It probably was in retrospect, but yeah, suddenly it just feels like every game company suddenly dumping like news and like, oh yeah, waiting till E3 is and having our press conference to announce something. Nah, just here it is. And yeah, that's pretty much been how the past 3 days have been. It's been nuts.
It's exhausting.
It's like there's been leaks, there's been, just regular old announcements. And it's like, especially regarding Watch Dogs 2, that's just been
Yeah, that
a
was today.
Yeah, that had their official 20-minute sort of like, hey, this is us, we're working on the game. Here's some gameplay footage of it. But before that, there was an announcement video for the announcement. There was like ads that leaked, or like, hey, this is like on IGN, I believe, which show that was coming out in November, pretty much confirming that it's going to be set in San Francisco. But we'll talk about that later. It's pretty nuts, and E3 hasn't even started yet, and this is pretty much going to be a pre-E3 special. But before we do that, how are you? Because we didn't really get to that, besides the whole, I'm okay.
Tired.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I've been working all day on something, and it's just kind of like, glad that's over. But
I'm still a little pissed from yesterday.
What happened?
Because I bought a tripod.
Oh, okay.
And it already broke.
Shit, really?
Yup. It was really cheap. And it shows. Like, I was testing it out, as soon as, I was setting the camera onto it, and it's attached with a screw.
Uh-huh.
But the bit that the stand for the camera attaches to the rest of the tripod is apparently held on with glue. Not very strong glue.
Where'd you buy it?
eBay.
Oh. Yeah, then...
No, not eBay. China.
Yeah. You're not making the best case right now. So like, yeah, what did you expect?
This is the first time that I've had a bad experience like that, though.
But I mean, cheap from China, and it's kind of like, it's a whole chain reaction, which eventually leads to a broken tripod.
Cheap piece of garbage.
Were you planning to use the tripod for streaming stuff, or?
No, I do actually do photography sometimes.
Oh yeah, right. That is true. But yeah, shall we just talk about how we hung out and stuff for?
Yeah, because that
time
happened.
Yeah, that happened. Like what was there wasn't really an occasion for it. Like oh wait, I remember I asked you like, hey, do you want to go see? Yeah, I wanted to go see the Warcraft movie on with someone. And just like, hey, you know what? I've got time off and might as well make a day out of it with you. So then I did. I went to Groningen, just like the north of the Netherlands, for those that don't know. And we had a pretty good time, I'd say.
Yeah,
maybe not with the movie, but
yeah. Well, It definitely was a movie.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that Warcraft, and I feel bad for it because there's a good movie hidden somewhere, but it's
it got lost in like the 40 minutes of footage that is conspicuously, obviously missing.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues. That Duncan Jones, the director, has already said, yeah, there is 30 to 40 minutes cut, and it's like the pacing is one of its big problems in just how breakneck it is, and there's really no time to get to know many of these characters, and just... What do you say we get into some pre-E3 biz? Because boy,
Yep.
there's a lot to get into.
Oh god, there's so much.
Do we just should I even list everything, or should I just take
Just
random stuff that I have in my folder and just
yeah, just go for it, and I'll react in various amounts of groans.
yeah, groans and grunts, and maybe something that isn't as groan worthy but maybe a groan of disappointment is Ukulele has a new trailer.
And after 1 year in development, it looks better than Mighty Number 9 does after 3.
Oh, I think Ukulele is made with the Unity engine, I believe.
Which,
Damn
to
it.
be fair, Unity can be used for some fantastic things and for some completely garbage things.
I can be your angle or your devil, pretty much. It's the meme version of game engines. But yeah, I mean Ukulele, it looks like Banjo-Kazooie. It looks like a new Banjo-Kazooie game, one that we never really got after Banjo-Tooie because, Nuts and Bolts came out and
That barely counts.
it barely counts.
That was more Lego Racers than Banjo-Kazooie.
Pretty much. But now we are getting our new Banjo-Kazooie, but this time with a chameleon and a bat, and it looks damn pretty, and it's made by former guys at Rare, and it's a 3D platformer which we barely see nowadays.
And it's even got Grant Kirkhope on the soundtrack.
Yeah, so you bet your ass that I'm getting this game. I even helped kickstart it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I put in $15.
So you're getting the game anyway, then?
I'm getting the game anyway. I think I asked for a Wii U copy, but I think I'm also getting it on PS4. Just, I'm gonna support this game full out, because rare platformers are rare. You don't really see them anymore.
Yeah, I think I have a Hat in Time pre-ordered.
Yeah, what's up with that game? I haven't heard from that in ages.
I
was
followed them
really
on
looking.
Twitter. They're still working on it. They're still there is obvious progress being made. They're not just dicking around.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm not following them right now, but it's just that it's been ages since I last heard from them. Has there been a specific date set, or
Nope. I know that last time I checked, there was a functional alpha build that was not glitchy and just was good. Just limited in content because alpha. But man, they've come pretty far.
I look forward to it, but it's just been so long that I'm just kind of I'll wait and see till they have a new trailer out, and then get excited for it. But that was one of the first trailers of Ukulele, and now we've got some other things. Horizon Zero Dawn had a trailer.
It looked good.
It looked really good. It looks like Horizon Zero Dawn, and so far that has looked quite stellar. Especially not just in graphics, but just in style, because you've got the whole cave man-woman thing, and then just these giant robotic dinosaurs and
I hope
animals.
we get an explanation as to why there are robotic dinosaurs.
I assume there will be.
I mean, it's post-apocalypse,
Yeah,
sure.
it's got a bit of a Last of Us feel with just the the destroyed centers, the destroyed buildings with the fauna having pretty much completely taken over, the flora and fauna.
I think it's more Enslaved than Last of Us.
Yeah, Enslaved is a good. Yeah, Enslaved is actually a really good.
The way I see this is it's the love child of Enslaved and Monster Hunter, and I am 100% all over that.
Yeah, it looks great. Unfortunately, and also I forgot to mention this about Ukulele, it got pushed to 2017.
Well, I mean,
It was
if
to
they
be
need more
expected,
time on
honestly.
it, then they need more time on it.
Yeah, we'll eventually get to play it. Ukulele doesn't have a solid release date anymore. It was originally going to come out in late October. Now it's Q1 2017, and Horizon Zero Dawn is now February 28th of 2017. So it's a bit more of a wait, but I honestly didn't expect any different. But yeah, looking forward to it. It looks awesome, and I'm glad that Guerrilla gets to do something else other than Killzone.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what else we got. I know you weren't a big fan of Get Out of Hell. You've made that pretty clear.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, but you did really like Saints Row 4, right?
Oh yeah, I love that game.
So how do you feel about Agents of Mayhem?
I
The new.
watched that trailer.
Uh huh.
It looks rad, but I have no idea what kind of game it's going to be.
Yeah, that is a bit of a caveat. In case you don't like, Agents of Mayhem is the new IP from Volition and Deep Silver, who previously made the Saints Row series. And yeah, it's kind of hard to tell from the trailer what exactly it's going to be. I had to check because IGN has the exclusive on it.
Yeah, that's
Sort
always
of what it's
annoying.
Yeah, sort of what it's going to be, and they haven't shown any gameplay yet. It's full cinematic, but it's got a bit of an Archer feel going for it.
I think
It's
it. I really hope it turns out what we wanted Overstrike to be.
Yeah, that's what, and also a vibe I really got from it. Overstrike in the sort of the over the top. But what I found, oh yeah, it's an open world action game
Okay.
that is, and this is interesting, exclusively single player, which I found kind of odd with the whole trio of characters that it was.
I guess maybe you pick one at the beginning and stick to it. Maybe you switch between them, like GTA 5.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's maybe a possibility that it's gonna go the GTA route, but
Or they're AI controlled, do like a Mass Effect thing where like they're semi AI controlled, but you can give them directions and stuff.
maybe it's. I find it interesting that it's a single player game, if only because when I look at the trailer, it's just like I'm getting a very big cooperative. I'm getting a bit of a Borderlands feel on it, like sort of like that scenario. So I'm curious that they're sticking to single player, and it seems like that it's in their IGN briefing, which it's going to be expanded over time and actually show gameplay, but like it seems like they want to grab that market since everyone's going so multiplayer right now.
Question:
Yeah.
do you think it's set in the Saints Row universe?
It's possible.
Because like
It's
they
I
had the
wouldn't.
purple fleur de lis.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I would not rule out that this is actually set in the Saints Row universe.
Maybe it's secretly Saints Row 5 and Frog Fractions 2 at the same time.
Maybe, maybe all E3 is Frog Fractions 2. I just want to play as the pirate dude with the harpoon gun that goes "Ahoy, motherfuckers!" That gave me a good chuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ages of Mayhem looks interesting. Also slated for 2017. No release date yet. We shall see.
Looks fun.
It looks fun. Now we go to leaks, or at least one leak, in that Dead Rising 4 has probably been leaked, and it's not really confirmed yet if it's going to be at the Microsoft conference. It's not yet confirmed if it's going to be on PS4 or not, because Dead Rising 3 hasn't come to PS4. And yeah, what we can gather, because all we've really seen are some gameplay screens and some details from Capcom staff, which take it or leave, might not be real, but you're gonna be Frank West again, and it might be more of a remake slash reimagining of the first game, and will feature co-op. And for the rest, that's all we really know about right now. I've only played a demo of Dead Rising 3 back when the Xbox One was still super duper new, as in it wasn't out yet. And I really liked what I played of that, but I didn't get an Xbox One, so I haven't played it yet. A Dead Rising 2 or the Dead Rising gameplay in general just wasn't really for me, though I liked the concept of it a lot. So I don't really have much more to add than, Dead Rising 4 is probably happening, and I probably won't play it, though you never know.
So, what's next?
Okay, what's next? We've got, let's see. Final Fantasy XII is getting a remaster, also coming in 2017. It's been confirmed for the West. It's going to be like the Final Fantasy X remake in that they're adding pretty much completely new elements, like they're redesigning characters and all that in areas. So this is a remaster with a lot more effort put into it than most remasters.
But will they make the plot good?
That's up for debate. I actually never played Final Fantasy XII.
All I know about Final Fantasy 12 is that the main character isn't actually the main character.
I heard he kind of sucks, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Final Fantasy XII is interesting in that not a lot of people talk about it.
That's probably not a good sign.
No, but I mean, it came out late in the PS2 life cycle, so that may also have to do something with it. Back when there was still hype for Final Fantasy 13.
Also, where is my Final Fantasy IX remaster?
I mean, they're working on 7 now, and then 8 is probably, and then maybe they do 8, and then maybe, just maybe, they do 9. 9 always felt like the least popular one of the PS1 trilogy.
Everyone that I know who has played it said it was the best one.
Yeah, I know, but Final Fantasy 7 is the one that usually gets all the praise, and then Final Fantasy 8 is the one that's very much talked about, like, was this good or not?
That one's very divisive.
That's a super divisive game. Yeah, moving on, we've got, Ubisoft's little, escapade regarding Watch Dogs 2. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you may remember Watch Dogs. It was kind of a big deal at the time.
Yeah, I
Especially
remember Watch Dogs alright.
especially before it came out. And then after it came out, everyone was kind of like, yeah, this,
I wrote like 900 words on why I thought the protagonist of Watch Dogs was shit.
he is kind of a douche.
He's a huge douche!
That wasn't much of a revelation. He's just kind of like, hacktivism.
My niece, also, I kill everyone.
Also, I pulled all over her grave. But, yeah, that's, But yeah, since they don't have Assassin's Creed coming up, Watch Dogs 2 is pretty much their big game of 2016, at least that we know of. But, yeah, they had an announcement. First it leaked through a YouTuber getting a swag bag, which seems like the most, AAA way of getting something leaked. Then they had an announcement for the announcement trailer, which is just a guy holding a cell phone behind his back. Then we got ads on IGN that showed that it's set in San Francisco. It has a new protagonist, though he looks still like a huge bellend. And it's coming out in November. And then afterwards we had a 20-minute gameplay trailer, sort of, or just like diff, like talking about the game and sort of what they wanted to improve on it, and all that good stuff.
Making it good would be a nice improvement. Also, the driving controls.
Yeah, I think it's not very controversial to say that Watch Dogs was kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
It's not a terrible game. There's definitely good things about it, but compared to what we were promised, it definitely feels like a huge letdown.
Let me put it this way. I keep a lot of games. Watch Dogs is not one of them. Watch Dogs is, I think, the only game I've sold, like, ever.
Watch Dogs was a game I bought before I owned a PS4. I was in Arizona at the time, and I was in Las Vegas at the time, and there at a GameStop I bought it before I owned a PS4.
Good job.
I know, it was kind of... It's not my proudest moment.
I think I did that once. I did that as well, but it was The Last of Us Remastered.
Yeah, but
I bought a good game before I owned it.
Yeah, that's a good game. I was about to say. That's one of the best games of all time, as many people put it. Yeah, like, I hope we're getting an Assassin's Creed type of situation where, this first game was a bit of a disappointing venture to what will ultimately be a very great game and a very good series. And I think there's definitely a possibility of that, but right now we can't really say much. It's they're going to talk about it more on E3, and hey, we're going to get it in November, so that's still 5 months away. So it's not like we have to wait very long. I don't know. Right now, I'm just not super excited for it. But
No.
I want as much as we shit on Ubisoft, I do think they're one of the better AAA companies out there.
Well, they make competent games. They're not very good as a company, I would argue.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Watch Dogs 2 was officially announced the day that we're recording. You can already pre-order and pre-download it for Xbox One.
Yeah, you told me about that. That was pretty. I mean, I'm not surprised that you can already pre-order Watch Dogs 2 after its announcement. Like, pretty much every announcement, like, pre-order now. And then.
No, especially not after Watch Dogs 1.
I so rarely pre-order games that I just don't really bother. Because games come late anyways, and it's like, yeah.
You shouldn't
I'll,
pre-order games, period.
like, I bought Witcher 3 the day it came out in a store. I got a day one edition, and then, let's see.
I mean,
I
I've
bought.
got day one editions of games like weeks after they came out. So
Yeah, I did that with Arkham Knight. I
that
got
happened
Arkham
to
Knight
me
like
with
2 weeks later after it came out, and then it was the day one edition. Moving on to more E3 shenanigans, and then something that again first started off as a leak and then later was officially announced. Injustice 2, which
yeah,
is Injustice Gods Among Us was the DC fighting game that Mortal Kombat's X slash DC Universe was originally supposed to be, and then they actually made a good version of it. And now we're getting a sequel. So yeah,
it's
that's
full of dark images of superheroes in power armor.
the trailer is so fucking dark, and I'm not talking like, oh, this is gritty and like, I mean, you literally can't see shit. It's until they're put on this weird power armor thing that suddenly, oh yeah, I can see some of the color. Like Batman has this neon green going on, Flash is yellow, and Supergirl shows up a bit. She's in the game now. I don't think she was in the first one.
I think Power Girl was, and they're the same person but from different universes, I think. I don't know. I'm not caught up with
That is
DC
the
continuity.
case. Yeah. I mean, Power Girl is pretty much Supergirl with huge titties, and that's about it. And that's why she stuck around for such a long time.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. So that's a thing. And then also, XCOM 2 is coming to consoles.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it was PC exclusive for a while.
But I mean, the first one came to consoles as well, and the kind of game it is playable on consoles.
Yeah.
It's not like Halo Wars. God. Halo Wars 2 is coming to PC. Also, Halo Wars 2 is coming. Period.
Yeah.
Which is still weird.
That is so weird. I didn't think. Was Halo Wars a hit?
I doubt it.
Like, I don't remember. I don't think it did that well. I mean, I can check VG charts, which, it's VG charts, but let's see what they give as a rough estimate.
I know it wasn't reviewed very well.
2.6 million. Like, that's okay, I suppose. But I think Halo has sold better over the years. Then finally, I think. I mean, and by like a couple of minutes, we'll probably get something else. But Persona 5 has a US release date now, like a Western release date. It's coming February 2nd, 2017.
No word on Europe because Atlas just doesn't like Europe.
I know, yeah, I had a talk with someone about this, and it's just kind of like, God damn it. You kind of just hope Sega does something, but nope. That's not happening.
At least PS4 games are region free.
Yeah, but I want like the super cool collector's edition thing, and I think it sold out on Amazon. But then Amazon was never really an option, which is how, big, like how expensive shipping is. I want it, but
Play Asia is possible, but
no.
how comfortable people are buying from Play Asia these days.
Not very. So no, thank you very much.
Because Not Devil May
No,
Cry. Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive 3. That old shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay, like I'm just checking my Twitter feed, and it doesn't seem like anything new has been announced. I mean, Deus Ex had their sort of their gameplay showing. I'm kind of staying away out of because Deus Ex is one of those games I'm probably gonna get anyway, and I just want to stay spoiler free. Kind of like you and Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah. Uh, if I may say two things. Two
Sure.
things. One, Goldberg is the pre-order bonus for the next WWE game, 2K17. Hey man, you get to talk about your fucking persona. I get to talk about my wrestling.
Okay, fair enough.
Goldberg, that's exciting. He might get a storyline in the company because that's what happened last time something this big happened with Sting. So that is fun.
What, the singer?
No, the wrestler.
Is there a difference? Have
Yes.
they ever been in the same
So
room together?
I don't know. But yeah, no, the wrestler looks like the Crow.
Okay,
From the
look.
movie The Crow,
Yeah.
and he uses a baseball bat. He's awesome.
Okay.
And the
And we're
second,
sure he's not Sting, the actor from Doom.
yes.
From Dune. Okay, sorry. Okay.
And the second
Uh,
thing is last episode I talked about Pitch Jam.
uh-huh.
The RSVP date for that has passed, so you can no longer apply. But I am pleased to announce that we have more entries than we've ever had.
Nice! Nice! That's cool. That's awesome.
That means a lot of work for us, but I mean, it's great that so many people are interested, and it's fantastic that it's happening at such a large scale. I'm really excited for it to start. So
Yeah.
thank you all for applying. It's going to be a lot of fun and very useful for all of us, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we got the pre E3 jizzing out of the way in terms of the news, but it's easily the big thing that everyone is gonna do, and we can pretty much assume that by this point there probably will be we'll probably do an episode after E3 giving our sort of retrospect on some of the conferences that happened and all that shenanigans.
Hopefully it won't be as long as the last one.
Well, I mean, Nintendo isn't doing one for one thing, so
Yeah, I mean, like, but our last E3 episode was like 2 hours.
yeah, we probably will split it or something like that. That we'll first do one thing and then do the other. But yeah, it starts. Yeah, I mean, the most fun thing about E3 is predicting and then get disappointed when it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
or get your EP up when you were totally right.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I don't care. Like, I'm so like I said this before we started recording. I'm sick of E3 and it hasn't and it I'm tired of this year's E3 and it hasn't even started yet. I'm so done with E3. Yeah, so that's nice because I mean, wow, a lot of stuff that comes out of E3 just ends up burning people. Like, I mean, Watch Dogs is the prime example of this. You know, they were like, "Yes, look at all this gameplay we have that is in no way representative of the actual game. That was just straight up lying. Good job, you lied to all of us."
Yeah, I'm always going in it with a bit of skepticism, but at the same time, you just want to get excited for stuff, and it's especially fun like joining people who are like huge cynics on Twitter on it, and just see them rip because there's a hint of cringiness to the whole thing.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
I mean, just seeing the NeoGaf threads and like there will
Peggle 2!
yes, there's always be stuff like that. There will always be a Mr. Caffeine.
Would you like to pitch a meme?
Yeah, there's that. There will always be a PC gaming show.
Being a fan of video games is embarrassing, man.
True, true. Anyways, we kind of went completely off topic there, but one of the fun things about E3, as I was about to mention, even with all the the cynicism that goes on with it, and I prefer to be an optimist, even if that's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And what's always fun is predicting things, because you can be as hilariously wrong as you want, and no one will judge you for it.
Okay.
Because I once got right that Final Fantasy Versus 13 would be rebooted as Final Fantasy 15, and I felt kind of good about that because I was so right on the money on it. But yeah, starting off the whole shenanigans is EA doing their non-E3 thing. They're doing like a fan thing, but still in like the Los Angeles area and having a press conference. So it's pretty much E3. But yeah, what we can expect. I mean, Mass Effect is probably a big one. That's definitely the one I'm looking forward to. Oh my god, please have Mass Effect Andromeda there. Because that also got pushed to 2017. Battlefield 1 will probably be there. Maybe we'll get to see a visceral Star Wars game. We'll get a whole lot of sports.
Obviously.
Because that's just part of the EA deal. I mean, you can have your Mass Effect, you can have your Battlefield 1, which looks really cool, but you'll have to endure 15 to 20 minutes of sports.
Madden, NBA,
FIFA, which has a new engine now. That's interesting. And hopefully,
yay. Still not as good as PES.
Maybe it'll have Peggle 3.
Oh shit.
Maybe that guy will show up again. Peggle 3! Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not expecting much excitement from EA. I'm just like maybe like whatever visceral Star Wars game is, which is the one penned by Amy Hennig. But for the rest, it's just kind of like I'm not expecting any huge surprise. EA is not the type of company you really see pull a rabbit out of their hat.
I mean, they kind of did that with Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah, I suppose that's one. That's one of the few surprises. Speaking of which, Cataclysm is out, and I don't think I've seen anything about it.
It's getting decent reviews.
Yeah, but I'm not really seeing anything about it. It's just kind of like, oh.
I have 2 videos in my YouTube subscription box about it right now.
I haven't seen anything in terms of marketing, at least, so, but maybe. Maybe I'm just not very excited for it. That's, but I don't know, like, we'll see what EA does. Like, I doubt if there's going to be a new Dragon Age. I don't think, maybe we'll see Need for Speed. Maybe they'll finally remember that they have Burnout. But then again, Criterion is pretty much gutted, so that's not really happening. So, we'll see. Moving on is, let me get the list. Bethesda doing their second E3 press conference at 4 a.m., at least in my time zone, so I ain't watching it.
Yeah, I'm not watching any of the E3 conferences. I cannot be arsed!
Well, you kind of have to at some point in order to, talk about it on the podcast. Sorry, that's part of the deal.
Can't I just be like, you're just explaining shit to me and I go, for 2 hours?
That's not a particularly fun conversation. Especially one that's, you're going to be talking about like 5 to 6 E3 press conferences.
Please don't make me watch the PC Gamer show.
Oh no, yeah, we'll probably skip that. But we'll get to that later. Like Bethesda, it's like last year their E3 press conference was really interesting in that they only really had 2 games they really talked about: Doom and Fallout 4.
And that weird Elder Scrolls Hearthstone ripoff.
Oh yeah, did that ever come out?
I don't know.
Because I haven't heard anything about. But I mean, there was also Fallout Shelter. There was the announcement of Dishonored 2, and Battle Cry, I believe it was called. I don't know. It was something. But yeah, there's some wild speculations of okay, what Bethesda's going to show. There's maybe leaks. It's pretty unclear what exactly. Like it's rumored right now, and this is so we've
Is it
got Dishonored.
Skyrim?
Yeah, like there's talk of a Skyrim remaster with
Ugh.
with mod support,
It
like
better have mod support because they make the game playable.
console mod support. I mean, but I'd be up for that. I love me some Skyrim, so I'd like an excuse to go back to that world, and maybe it'll give me Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon on the console.
Or you could just build a good PC and
It's expensive and time consuming and bleh. Yeah, they've also let's see. There's probably going to be some stuff for Fallout 4 DLC. There's talk for Dishonored 2. There's rumors that we're going to see a new Wolfenstein and a new Evil Within. There's talk that Prey 2 is going to be resurrected.
yeah, sure.
You know, you never know. But it's one of those games that's just kind of like, yeah, it's dead. Prey was an interesting release back in the day because I think it did it come out in like 2006.
I have no idea.
It came out like very early in the console generation.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea what kind of game it is.
The shooter.
Hooray!
Okay, but it was interesting back in the day. But yeah, we'll see what Bethesda has up their sleeve. There isn't really what's there to really like Skyrim remaster. Sure, I'll take that. Maybe we'll also get a glimpse of maybe Elder Scrolls 6. I'm not putting a solid prediction on that, but it could happen. I mean, like Skyrim was 5 years ago.
Something along those lines. I want to say 2011.
Yeah, it was 11/11/11, like November 11, 2011.
Heh.
It was, well, you still can do that type of gimmick and not have to wait another 100 years. Yeah, moving on is, let me check the list. I am a professional over here. Kadokawa Games! Who?
Owners of From Software, I think you said?
Yeah, they own, like, they're a Japanese multimedia company. They own From Software. I think they own Grasshopper Manufacturer. I feel, or at least the company that owns Grasshopper Manufacturer.
Huh.
So it's kind of like, yeah, they kind of do their thing, and it's unsure what they're exactly going to talk about. So this is one of those conferences where you can just go wild and just claim that they're going to make Dark Souls 4 and whatnot.
Which, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've been wrong about the fact that the Dark Souls was the last one, but
this is what I'm definitely not giving a shit about. Maybe, they could surprise and actually have something cool. Or it could be like Konami in the Konami E3 ones, and it can be a beautiful disaster. Because they realize, oh fuck, we have nothing, what do we do? Like, we booked
millions of troops.
Yeah.
Wow.
Extreme. And, yeah. Oh, those were the days. Moving on, we've got one of the big uns, and that is Microsoft. Yeah, that's what do you sort of expect from what Microsoft is going to do, like in terms of their, Come on, just spitball. There's plenty of stuff Xbox can do.
More stuff about Gears.
Well, Gears 4 is coming out in October, so that's definitely going to be there.
Probably more sports things. A weird out of place celebrity's probably gonna show up for them.
Are we gonna have Kinect?
No.
Is Tim no, not Tim Schafer. The Phil Spencer, is he gonna wear a shirt with an indie game on it?
Obviously.
Okay. At least one thing in the universe is a constant. Like Crackdown will probably be there.
Alright, that's coming out.
Yeah, what was that game? That Hideki Kamiya game, Scalebound. I hope they show that. Scalebound is
Oh, right, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, Scalebound is one of the main reasons I want to get an Xbox One because it looks like a high budget Platinum game. We haven't gotten those in a while because Platinum's kind of busy doing Ninja Turtles and
Doing a shitty Ninja Turtles and a good Transformers game.
yeah, they're basically doing Activision's dirty work for now. But I hope, like with Microsoft, it's kind of like let's see. I'm hoping to see what because I think the new game from the Limbo devs is Xbox One exclusive. I hope to see more of Cuphead. Uh, let's see, Halo 6 maybe. We'll probably see Halo Wars 2 a bit.
Yeah, Halo Wars 2. I think Halo 6 is a bit too early.
Yeah, Halo 6, like maybe like sort of a teaser announcement of what's coming. And of course, there will be plenty of third-party stuff there as well. Like one of the big companies going to be like, hey, we've got this, not Call of Duty, but maybe Battlefield will, have a demo there. I don't know. It's hard to like. Microsoft always comes up with, really random. Like they realize, okay, we're not going to talk about TV. We're not going to show off Kinect. That thing is dead. It's kind of like, okay, what can they show? Like we may see HoloLens there. There's of course talk of the new Xbox One, the Scorpio, as it's called right now. And I mean, we'll see what that's like. There's gonna be a car from the ceiling dropping down to announce a new Forza.
Oh, right.
A really, really fancy looking car. And then, yeah, that's we may see more of. Like, I want to see what Rare's game is, Sea of Thieves, because we haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Because, let's see, Recore was a thing back in last year's E3, the new game from the guys behind Metroid Prime. Like, some of the guys behind Metroid Prime and Keiji Inafune. Which isn't a name to really throw around right now, considering Mighty Number 9, but we'll probably see some stuff. Maybe we'll see some Oculus stuff?
Nah.
Because they're working... Because Oculus also comes with an Xbox controller, so there's kind of like... I can expect some big reveal, like Oculus is now the official home for Xbox or something like that. Like, I mean, there's talk that Nintendo's going to do something with VR. Obviously, there's PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Microsoft. Not huge expectations, but
Yeah, I honestly don't have that many expectations for anything.
for E3 periods.
Yeah.
Then there's Ubisoft, and that's always
Guaranteed chuckles.
guaranteed chuckles with hashtag Girlwood Aisha Tyler.
Yep, she's back.
Yep.
Wonder if she's gonna ask anyone to pitch a meme again.
Yeah.
Because that totally wasn't awkward.
Yeah. I mean, Ubisoft's conference is going to be interesting. There's no Assassin's Creed this year, and that doesn't mean that they won't show a bit of what the new Assassin's Creed is going to be like for 2017.
It's probably just gonna be mostly Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft actually has quite a bit in the pipeline in terms of stuff. So we've got the new Watch Dogs, obviously. There's the new Ghost Recon. There's probably some stuff regarding the Division. There's the new South Park game. One game I'm excited to see, and not because it's because I'm excited for the game, but For Honor is probably going to be there.
For Honor.
With the pirate dev with the cane.
Viking.
He's probably going to be there again talking about it.
Jason Vanderberger with his lovely voice.
It's going to be like, yes, he's back. And then we're all going to be disappointed when he's not back, or he's cleaned up his act or something like that. And probably, one of the big Ubisoft things is that since the Watch Dogs announcement, they always have a card up their sleeve regarding a surprise. And it's always going to be like, oh, what's it going to be this year? Oh, because we had Division was one point, I think. That was 2013. 14, I don't remember what it was. Like, which was their big surprise of 2014. 2015 was the new Ghost Recon game. I want to say last year was Siege, like 2014. I mean, but I
I
don't.
don't know.
But but yeah, well, we shall see. Like it could, like one of my probably a prediction that has consistently bit me in the ass regarding Ubisoft, but I feel like they're gonna end with Prince of Persia. I think we're gonna see that return.
For a second, I was worried you were gonna say Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh no, that ship has sailed.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
never
not.
gonna happen.
Well, I don't think it's not going to happen, but at some point there's gonna be like either show it or just say it's canceled or just don't answer anything about it because at this point it's an abusive relationship. At some point, you just don't care. And I mean, with Ubisoft, it's the always the one I'm most hopeful about with regarding stuff because they have IPs I love. Like I would love to see a new Rayman, for instance. But that's we'll see how that goes. Prince of Persia, as I mentioned, Beyond Good and Evil. I'm curious what they're gonna do with the new South Park. But yeah, Ubisoft of the big ones is probably of the third party ones are always the ones I look forward to the most, and they can always end up being the most disappointing or the one you think, yeah, that was a good E3 they had. And finally, we've probably got the one most people are excited for, especially after the sploosh that was E3 2015, which was Sony. Yeah, because last year, like it's easy to forget just how fucking nuts Sony E3 2015 was.
Last Guardian,
It opened
Final
with the
Fantasy VII.
remake, Shenmue 3, Horizon Zero Dawn. It was fucking nuts. It was really, really fucking nuts. And so I'm curious, sort of, okay, what are you gonna do? What? Because they've got a lot. Because after that, they've got so much expectation. And I mean, I'm just kind of like, okay, what can they do? Like, what can they do to top last year? What's your big sort of like? This is what you can do to top last year. Because one thing that I don't think could be like a big moment, but I'm not sure. Like depending on how, is that we'll probably see a new Crash Bandicoot. I feel very confident that's
They
going to
did
happen.
kind of joke about that in Uncharted 4, so
Yeah,
maybe
that
possible.
and they've consistently teased it. But I just feel like yeah, at some point it's gonna happen, and whether it's Naughty Dog or another company that does it, I do think that there's so much love for Crash Bandicoot as an IP that defied PlayStation that I just think that it not happening would be just kind of weird.
Plus, 3D platformers are starting to become a little bigger again. Like we had
Yeah, I mean,
Rayman, not Rayman. We had Ratchet and Clank. Ukulele's coming out, and that's pretty high profile. So it's definitely possible.
yep, it's that's my big prediction. I feel for Sony's E3. I think we may get a brief glimpse of what Kojima's up to, but that's always like we'll see how that goes.
You know what I'd love to get an update on?
But
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
oh yeah, I'd love to see what they've got cooking with that. I think they recently showed off like pre-alpha stuff for it, and it looked a bit I don't know, but you have to remember that this is the guy that made. But then again, so did Keiji Inafune. But I'm excited for Bloodstained.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Anything else you want to see from Sony's E3 or?
No, I don't
No.
care. I don't care.
Okay. Then we've got the PC gaming show. Woo!
Yay, new graphics cards.
Oh my god! Last year's PC gaming show. I stopped watching that like 20 minutes in, and then basically got to hear on Twitter that I missed basically nothing.
You missed like American Truck Simulator or something?
I think I missed like No Man's Sky coming to PC. I think that was the big news that came from it, and that was pretty much it. And that, the whole thing of like, please end this, kill it.
Wasn't it like 2 hours long?
It was 2.5 hours.
My God. I mean,
It
it's no
was.
WrestleMania 32, but
It's a lungin.
yeah.
And then we've got Nintendo doing their Treehouse Live thing, pretty much like they first said it was going to be all Zelda, but that seems to be like that curtain seems to have been raised a bit to sort of show that they are going to do something with Pokemon. There's going to be some Monster Hunter stuff. There's let's see, I think there's some talk of the new Paper Mario.
I've
What's not going to
already
be
getting
there?
YouTube ads for Monster Hunter Generations. I'm so psyched for that game.
Yeah. So you're probably going to see more of that, and they're skewing a press conference to pretty much show, look, this is the game, this is what we have, let's show it to you, and obviously the big one is obviously The Legend of Zelda.
Here's
To
our
see-
games. Peace out. We're done.
Yeah, you know, I can respect that, but at the same time, you're always kind of hyped for like what they what Nintendo does with their press conference, especially after they decided to forgo the traditional press conference for the digital event.
Maybe this year they will finally announce a new proper Metroid.
Ha! I don't see that. I don't see anything big regarding announcements, especially like most bafflingly, like the NX isn't going to be there. I think they want to do that pretty much on their own terms.
Yeah, it's just sort of coming out like next year.
Well, I mean, they're gonna hype it up at some point. It's just not going to be at E3. And I mean, Nintendo has been definitely sort of the trailblazers and just like, we don't really care about E3. We're just gonna do our own thing. And, give her, I can cut like it was such a baffling move back in the day, but now it's kind of like, yeah, I can kind of see it.
I mean, they clearly don't care about E3 anymore. This is just another thing they're doing.
Yeah, they pretty much.
And more power to them, because, like, E3 is dumb.
And we're gonna keep talking for it next episode because we kind of have to. I mean,
There's
can't-
nobody forcing us.
there is no one forcing us, but this is a gaming podcast, and you kind of have to talk about stuff that goes on in games, and E3 is kind of a big deal in games. Whether you like it or not. And maybe, that could obviously change in the future, but for now, it is what it is. So, do you want to end all this excitement? Because I don't think we have much more to say other than, yeah, E3 is happening, and
It's happening frustratingly soon.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's, again, NeoGAF, Twitter, it's all going to be a big fun ride. The GIFs or GIFs are going to be glorious.
We do have a question.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay.
That came in after we finished recording last week's podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have it on hand right now, but if memory serves, it is from A Zero to Hero.
Uh-huh.
What is a game that you regret never buying?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Hang on.
Because
I'm looking it up.
I definitely... if that's the question, there's definitely games that
Yes. What is one game you regret never playing/buying?
Yeah. That's a difficult one. Because especially now that I'm at an age where I can buy those games. But at the same time, it's kind of like... I think it's especially more with retro games, that some retro games are just so expensive now, that's just like, yeah, no. I don't know, do you have any example, or are you
Steel Battalion, yeah.
the one with the big-ass controller?
Yeah, I never had an opportunity to play it, but, like, I don't think I ever will now.
No, but
And
that's a game I
man,
would have loved to have,
I at least want to
there's
try
only-
that, you know?
if only, yeah, to sort of have that experience. And I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere, so I never had the opportunity to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I never had to... I always wanted to own an arcade machine.
And
there was
so you don't have to give it money.
Yeah. So, like, there was one time, like, a couple of years ago when we were looking for new furniture. And the place also happened to have arcade machines. There was one like with 50 games on it. So there was stuff like Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Space Invaders, Galaga,
Nice.
and it was kind of like, I want this, but I don't have money. And so yeah, that obviously never happened.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
you.
I would have loved to have owned an arcade machine. And then for the rest, like a game, again, never a game I really had the opportunity to get before. But Panzer Dragoon Saga has always been a game that I've wanted to try
Mm.
because Panzer Dragoon Saga is considered one of the best JRPGs of all time, and it's only on the Sega Saturn, and
It's expensive as all hell.
it's yeah, one of gaming's holy grails because it had a very limited Western release. So just kind of like, ah, dang it. I mean, that's about it.
There's one that I regret not having the opportunity to play, and that's Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Oh yeah,
Because I actually really liked the first one, and it never got a Western release because
It never got-
DS was a pirate's wet dream.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they
That
were
was
salty.
that was unfortunate that never came to be. And I mean, like I haven't played that game either, and it's just kind of like, oh man, I feel bummed that because of piracy, yeah, that never really came to the West. And it's a, I mean, like translation is such a hard job,
Yeah.
and it's so that I can that I can understand why they didn't do it, especially since Ace Attorney is a very niche series, and Investigations is a spin-off of said niche series, so it's a niche.
I imagine that if they had come out later, then it probably would have come out to the West. Like, especially now that they don't have to deal with like producing physical copies for the West and stuff, and they can
Yeah.
just do it as a
But I mean,
digital
we're also
thing
not
like they did
getting-
with the last one.
Yeah, yeah,
They
with Dual
might have
Destinies.
actually released it in the West.
But I mean, we're also not getting the Great Ace Attorney, for example, which is the prequel, I believe, which is like super Japanese, I believe. So that's one of the reasons we're not getting it. But we're getting Ace Attorney 6.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. But oh yeah, we never really did like games that are coming out. But I mean, with all the E3 shenanigans,
It doesn't really matter.
it doesn't really matter because let me think. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is out, and Kirby is coming out soon, and then afterwards, there's pretty much nothing worth talking about until one of gaming's favorite whipping boys. That has to wait. So let's. I think we can sign off then. Where can
Yeah.
people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Gear12_Turbo. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gear12. Where fun things happen.
Yeah. Have you been streaming anything recently, or just
Not recently. I stream like sporadically. I've been kind of busy lately, so
yeah.
haven't really had much of an opportunity, but I'm still very eager to keep playing the Hex campaign. And yeah. So that's might happen soon, but probably not because I'm very busy.
Because life.
Very busy.
And you can follow me at the Madhero on Twitter. You can also go follow G1 Features on now screwattack.roosterteeth.com because it's officially gone. Rest in peace, screwattack.com. You were once a website.
Now you're just a part of another one.
Yeah. But I mean, we still love you guys. And it would be in the world if you go and support us and, have a fun E3, everyone. I know Gear won't be having it, but I'll certainly be joining you.
I'll be ignoring it as much as I am allowed to for purposes of the podcast.
Oh no, you'll be watching it all.
I have
Because when I said you
homework
could-
for this podcast, man.
Because when I said you would have to, you had to skip the PC gaming show, I lied. You have to watch it. You must.
Okay, even if this was true, now I was just not going to do it out of spite.
Oh.
So
Well, I
there.
guess that plan failed. Okay, bye guys.
Bye!